developers and owners can have the right to keep their code closed source, and at the same time, the way the smart nodes validate the transaction which is required to be signed, it will be not only open source, but it will be stored into the Hedera consensus service in a immutable way. So I will give you a very basic, easy example to make this understandable, like for everyone out there. Let's imagine that we have 100 smart nodes run by the community, okay? And 51% of those smart nodes must agree in order to sign a transaction. Now let's imagine that you, Hbar Hub, you have developed your own smart application where I don't know, where people can stake Hbar Hub token for 6 months and they can get a 30% interest when the time expires, and if they basically are the one owning the rights to claim those tokens. Those are your conditions, right? Then your smart app will ask the smart nodes to create a staking wallet, which is nothing more than a Hedera wallet with some superpower. And the superpower is that the smart nodes will know that this new wallet, 0.0.xxx, is meant to be releasing token if and only if the one claiming the token is the same one who staked them, and the amount he is requiring to unstake is the amount he staked at the beginning plus the 10%, and the staking time has expired. Those three conditions will be written by you as the owner of the smart app into the consensus service. And when the final user will try to claim the token with the interest, it will use a front-end app. This front-end app will talk with your smart app, and your smart app will wrap the transaction and ask the smart nodes, hey guys, I have this customer having this wallet and he wants to unstake this amount of money right now. Do you sign it? Because again, the staking wallet, it's a multisig of a multisig. So you as owner of the application and the smart nodes as safety guardians, you all must agree under the same conditions. And those conditions can not be changed because they are immutable, can be seen by everyone because they are written in Hedera consensus service, which is out of our own control, and can be easily validated by anyone out there. So even though your core logic, your source code is closed source, no one has to read it. No one even care to read it because they know that the only way to sign the transaction is how this transaction is going to be validated by smart nodes and by you as smart owner, you know? So this is what we got. This is what version 2 is going to be all about. I hope this answered your question, but if it's not clear because it's kind of complex, please just ask any clarification that you might need.
Yeah, thanks. I like the fact that a lot of the infrastructure for the guidelines for how to do it is on Hedera consensus. Is it possible for one of the smart nodes to go against what is prescribed on Hedera consensus?
Yeah, of course it is. It's the same like the consensus nodes of Hedera councils, you know. But a good point is that as long as one smart node try to sign a transaction which is not valid, all the other smart nodes will not sign and will immediately report the smart node as malicious. And this is where the karma token comes in place. Karma token is a way of measuring the goodness or the maliciousness of any smart nodes. And we will absolutely apply a zero tolerance policy, which means if the smart node even just once, even just by mistake, get manipulated or the source code get tempered and they change something and they try to sign something which is not meant to be signed, going against the validators, then it's going to be blacklisted forever. And the amount that you staked into that node in terms of 10 million HSUIT will be directly burned. So it's
Oh,
the responsibility of whoever is running the smart node to run it in a safe environment, not to temper the code, not to try to be cheating, because, you know, this is the only
Yeah.
way to keep it very safe, yet very trustless, permissionless, and totally decentralized, which is something that not even Hedera is doing right now, because we haven't seen the community node from them just yet, right?
Another thing to consider is that it's a multisig on multisig. So you have a threshold where from one side you have the smart app owner key, let's say, the logic, and on the other side you have the key of the 51% of the smart nodes. So let's say per absurd, 51% of the smart nodes got hacked, you still wouldn't sign the transaction. Yeah, unless the smart app owner also signs as well, it still wouldn't execute. So there is a threshold that
Yeah,
still covers that.
yeah. This is something I forgot to mention, which is like the there is not only the smart nodes that must be agreeing in the majority of 51% of the network, but the final wallet or the final consensus service or even the token keys. But I don't want to get into this just right now. But let's imagine that you, as a smart app developer, smart app owner, you own your own keys, and then there is a multisig of a multisig, which means that the other part of the multisig is the smart nodes network. So even though, as Topachi said, the 51% of smart node goes crazy for 1 second, and the time we need to blacklist them, it's a dangerous time frame. Then you, as the smart app owner, if you see something wrong, you just don't sign it. So this is a double security mechanism, because from one side smart nodes cannot rug any money without the approval of you as smart owner, and from the other side, you as smart owner, you cannot rug your customer either, because the smart nodes won't agree with your action, you see. So this is like much more secure than any contracts out there.
cool. Yeah, I definitely catch the difference with the proxy smart contract you were talking about. The one entity that makes the DApp or whatever can take everything, but with your system, neither the smart nodes can take it without your signature, nor can you take it without their signatures. So yeah, that's cool. I like
Yeah,
it.
man, if you think about it, it sounds like a dream, but it might be really might be like the beginning of a new era, because there won't even be anymore the need of calling red flags or being worried about, is that legit? Are they going to scam us? Are they going to rug pull and run away with the money? Because as long as you have a smart app utilizing the decentralization power of smart nodes, and people can see on Hedera consensus service that the money from that wallet can get out of that wallet if and only if the DAO approves or the time expires, or you can withdraw 1K every week because you are developing and get it paid or whatever else. Then, there's no more doubts. There's no more reason to get scared or to be afraid or to pretend to imagine what's going to happen. It's all there.